Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on the Real Housewives of Potomac, the reunion part 1. Okay, so it opens up with the audio of Robin explaining herself on the podcast about Juan's situation with Miss Canada. And honestly, I didn't feel like we really needed it. But I guess for the viewers that's not plugged into social media, it was a necessary, add-on. Yeah. Ciao. So, of course, Andy is, by tradition, he's going to go around and talk to the ladies, to warm them up before he gets them out on that stage. And I have a couple of revisions now that I'm seeing everybody's fashions in motion. I still love how Mia looked. I loved Mia's hair and I loved her dress. I loved her makeup. I loved it. I know that y'all don't like Mia. I don't even like Mia, but I thought she looked really cute. I love the hair. I love that it wasn't just a basic, middle part. Like, I love the little hump that they did. I liked how Mia looked. I don't know. I ain't sorry. I think she looked cute. Candace still looks great. Wendy, I think Wendy looks a lot better now that I'm seeing it in motion. I like Wendy's look a lot more than the original picture. Karen, I told y'all from jump that I really wasn't feeling Karen's look. Seeing Karen on the stage, I'm sorry. I already wasn't feeling it before, but I'm really, really not feeling the look now. Like, her hair was out of place. Yeah, she was going through it. She was having a difficult time. Robin was just like, some pictures Robin looked good and some pictures was just, Giselle. I had said how much I loved her hair originally. I really sat up here and said that she looked great. I gave her major props about the hair. Then we saw her from the side. I'm just gonna have to accept that Giselle don't want better for herself. It is what it is. So Andy starts off being real shady, trying to basically say that Candace's dress reminded him of the Cookie Monster. And I thought that was really whack. Because you got a Christmas tree ornament sitting to your left. And you gonna come for Candace. And to me, Candace was the best dress. Candace was the best dress. I know I saw a lot of people saying how they wish that the fabric underneath the feathers was the same shade of blue, but I feel like that would have been too much. And I feel like you really got to see the movement of the feathers because of the contrast. So I was here for Candace's dress. I don't know what Andy was talking about. All them ugly costumes that Giselle has been wearing sitting next to you for the last 7 years, and you're gonna come for Candace's dress. You out of order, sir. He brings up the seating arrangement, and a lot of us felt as though Candace should have first chair opposite Giselle because of all the nonsense that, Giselle set in motion this season. I wasn't that surprised that Candace didn't get first chair because we know Andy don't like Candace. I feel as though the sitting arrangement is unserious. Giselle getting first chair every season when she never brings it. She never gives at reunion. She flops every single season. To me, it's just ridiculous. Them sitting Ashley next to Wendy, y'all ain't slick. Y'all are not low. We see y'all. Y'all want to squash this colorism conversation. And as long as we keep seeing the colorism, we gonna keep talking about it. Whether you address it or not, it's gonna be spoken about. So nice try. So they roll Ashley's package about her divorce, non-divorce, how she's been navigating that. And pretty much what we learn is that Ashley will be getting nothing from this marriage to Michael Darby. Yes, he's gotten her a house, but he is holding it. He's still holding the strings to everything. She'd do anything to make that man upset. It's up for Ashley. And when Ashley is explaining this dynamic between her and Schmeagol, it's very interesting. It always comes off as she is regurgitating whatever fluff he gave to her. She's giving it to the viewers. And I think she really is impressed, even though it's a mess. No matter what, she's impressed. Like, yeah, we're going to be opening an LLC so that we can buy a house. Yeah, we're going to be investing in making some movies. Yeah, he has a key to my house and we have stipulations in place. Like, she's impressed with the nonsense that's coming out of her mouth. It's like, girl, this sounds dumb. I know in your mind this is some rich people mess, but no, girl, this is some foolishness. That's what this is. Like, I just can't even stand to listen to it. It's like, girl, you thought that this man would be so enamored by your youth and your beauty, and he really don't care. He is handling you like a business. It's no longer gonna work. He done figured out how to wrap you on up with a bow and set you to the side. And if you do anything that irks his nerves, he gonna pull the rug from up under you. There's no bag. You didn't secure the bag. Mia told you right. The ladies are sitting there trying to help Ashley out. Like, okay, well, maybe if you talk to your lawyer and they can go after the money that's not in the investment and this and that and that and that and that. And what Ashley ain't really telling y'all, she's telling y'all but not telling y'all, is she's scared of Michael. She is scared of Schmeagle. She knows this man. She's been married to this man. This man has always handled her as if she was like an employee. He does not treat her as a loving husband. He never has. When they separated briefly season 2 or the end of season 2, did he not kick her out of the apartment and found a nice little box to put her in? We saw that. Y'all really think that Ashley was walking away from Michael with a bag? Shame on y'all for being so gullible. Because I could have always told you that that man, I'm pretty sure, before he ever married Ashley, he set some things in place. Ashley and Sheila were never getting their hands on that man's money. You don't become a millionaire by being stupid. You do not become a millionaire by falling in love with a girl that is your daughter's age and then not protecting your assets. That's just, that math don't math. That man, I'm sure, has hidden money, allegedly. He has probably put money in his adult children's name, probably put them in trust. He knows what to do. Now, shame on Ashley, who had her mouth, her nose, her forehead in everybody's business since season 1. But you didn't take care of your business. You didn't. You sitting there talking about Katie. You sitting there talking about Robin. You sitting there talking about Sharice and Karen and Candace, and you didn't take care of your shit. You should have been figuring things out. You should have been making, you know what I mean? You should have had you some mad money. You should have had something. Personally, I think you should have gone back to school or something. You should have done something, bitch. You did nothing. And you ended up with nothing. Even the child support, like if they go through with this divorce, because she says that she didn't even file, even the child support is questionable. So Andy reads a question from a viewer that says, you know, you remember when you said that Candace was the least accomplished sitting on the cast? Well, this season, all we did was listen to you talk about how you can't afford a house without Michael. So aren't you the one that's the least accomplished? And then Andy gonna say, ooh, that's mean. See, I have a problem with that, Andy, because it wasn't mean when Ashley originally said it to Candace, but now you say it's mean because the viewer is saying it to Ashley. Interesting. So Ashley gives this BS apology to Candace and says, I'm sorry that I said that. But it's just like, girl, bye. Let's be real here. By the time Candace made it onto our Bravo screens, she had already worked for the Obama administration. I don't care if she was just getting him paper clips. She worked for the Obama administration. You working in the White House is a big deal. So for her to say that Candace was the least accomplished, when Ashley, you sitting up there leaving this sham of a marriage, so you claim, with $0, you got a lot of nerve, sis. You got a lot of nerve. You really should be shamed. You really should be shamed. You should really say, you know what? I said that out of anger. I really shouldn't have said that. But whatever. And so Candace is sitting there, and my boo was vindicated. So she gonna talk her shit, okay? Candace is gonna talk her shit, and she has every right to. She brings up the fact that, you know, when she first joined this cast, all the women were coming for her head because her mom was helping her out financially. All these women were going through something. And then here you come, you know, pretty little princess, you getting married to this man that you actually like, that you actually are in love with, and these girls was mad. They was mad. If Sheila had the means of buying Ashley her first home, if she could take care of Ashley, even in a fraction of the way Miss Dorothy took care of Candace, she would have never married nobody that looked like Schmeagle. Look at who she claims to be dating now. She's dating this Luke guy. That's who she would want to be with. She wouldn't want to be with scaly ass Michael Darby. And can we address this thing with Candace's mom taking care of her, buying her house? So Candace, graduates college. She gets an internship in the White House. She goes on a campaign trail to re-elect President Obama. Those are very beautiful, wonderful opportunities, but they probably don't pay a lot. So her mom supplementing her life is understandable because she was doing a once in a lifetime thing, but the money probably wasn't that great. So her mom was like, girl, go after your dreams. Go ahead and take that internship. Go ahead and go on the campaign trail. Mama got you. Then she did her pageant and she did a movie. Did y'all know Candace did a movie before she even came on Real Housewives of Potomac? So I say all of that to just say, if she didn't have her money all the way together by the age of 30, what's the big deal? A lot of people don't. Y'all were just mad because y'all mama and daddy weren't willing to do it for y'all, or probably couldn't do it if they wanted to do it. I don't understand why people were so upset. Like, people love to talk about the other shows. Let's talk about Beverly Hills. Did y'all not see the wedding that Lisa Vanderpump threw for Pandora? People with money that want to take care of their kids, there is nothing taboo about that. It shouldn't be. It should not be this shameful thing. Like, it's a flex. It's a blessing to be able to do this for your child. For someone, like, honestly, for you to have a child, you bring them into this world and they have to scratch and survive. They literally have to sell their body and their youth to a nasty old man for survival. That's something that is not cool. And so for Ashley and for people to try to shame Candace because her mother has the means to take care of her, it's just weird. I really have to laugh because we're looking at Andy. Andy has 2 children. He's never going to watch his children struggle. All this money that Andy is making, he's not going to leave it to charity. He is going to set up Ben and Lucy's life so that they have the best of everything. So why is it a problem when the black lady makes sure her daughter has the best of everything? Y'all championed and cheered Ash. Ooh, she gonna get the bag. She gonna get the bag. That girl was what, 21, 22 when she got together with Michael Darby, a 2-time divorcee, a man that looks down on her and her family. And she suffered in that. She suffered so much embarrassment and humiliation in that marriage, but she gonna get the bag. Y'all would cheer and champion that, but y'all will shame Candace because her mother had the means and the money to say, you know what, girl, go after what you want to do. Go after your dreams. If you fall, mom is always going to be here to give you a soft landing. I just think that that's ridiculous. And I really wish moving forward that Candace will have this attitude more. Like, yeah, I got it. You mad because your mama didn't have it for you? Like, honestly, who gives a fuck what these people think? They either going to like you or not like you. I would never feel bad about nothing that my mom and dad did for me. Whoever don't like it, suck on that, baby. I don't care. And Ashley, girl, you know you tried it, talking about your children will have a house in their name by the time they're 30. The only way that you can be certain about that is if you and Michael set that up for your kids. So what were you saying about Candace? Did you not connect the dots? Like, are you dumb? What's not clicking? Like, you are trying to provide for your kids the very thing you're shaming Candace for. You talking about my kids will have a house by the age of 30. Your mama's 60. She ain't had no house. She had to pimp you to get herself a house. But we go up for that, right? We proud of that. So now we roll into Mia's package. And again, they're talking about her health. And I don't want to talk about Mia's health. Like, girl, whatever it is, more power to you. Hope that whatever it is, it figures its way out, okay? Because I ain't trying to talk about that lady's health, okay? I don't want nobody to be sick. I just want good news. Okay, so they bring up the fact that Wendy said Mia was lying. And everybody on the cast thought you were lying. And Mia, unfortunately, you came onto the show getting caught up in lies. So you really can't be mad that the people second guess anything you say because you have no credibility. That's just that on that. Like, and for Wendy to get off camera and be like, yeah, she lying anyways, I ain't worried about it. I don't care that Wendy said that. And I don't know why the rest of them hoes was trying to make it seem like Wendy was wrong for saying it. All of you thought that Mia was lying. All of you were suspicious of everything Mia was saying because Mia doesn't have just a straight word. She just talks like this, like that, and then it don't never make no sense. You got to decipher using your common sense on what is real and what's not real. So Mia, they think you lying, girl, you be lying. You ain't never heard of the boy who cried wolf? That's you, Mia. You're really going to be in a situation one day and no one is going to believe you because you tell so many lies. Oh, as far as Mia, I don't like Mia. I really don't like Mia like that. But when they were grilling Mia about her business situation, they really ticked me off. Because one of the first things that she said was, when you own a bank account, whoever name is there as an owner, any one of those people can swipe the account. And Wendy, Ashley, and Giselle sat up there shaking their head, laughing, talking about something that's not true. It's absolutely true. I know that first fucking hand. You absolutely can. If you have a joint business account with someone, both of you guys are listed there as owners, you very well can go behind the other person's back and wipe the account clean. Yes, you can. I know, when I say I know, I fucking know this for a fact. Yes, you can. Now, there might be things that you set in place, but you absolutely can. And the bank will tell you, girl, the other person took this money out. There ain't shit you could do about it. They're listed as an owner. You're listed as an owner. Oh, well, you absolutely can. So you can do that. You absolutely can. You can wipe that account clear, go start another account and put that money over there. Yes, you can. Did we not just see that shit happen with Pedro and Chantel? Why do people... Mia is a dummy and Mia be lying, but that was not a lie. Now, I don't know if that's what happened with her brother-in-law, but that is absolutely a thing. You absolutely can do that. I'm just saying. But really, I didn't appreciate them grilling her about her business. But you know what? On one level, I got it because you did come on here talking about you was a CEO. I never believed that you was the CEO. I knew better. Like, I know how that type of business runs. So I was never believing the bullshit. I was never believing the hype. I knew you was full of shit from the beginning. So maybe that's why I'm just looking at them like, whatever. But I just didn't appreciate them grilling her about, oh, how many board members was it? Did she have this? She had 5. I thought you said it was 4. I thought it was 8. I thought it was 3. It was like, Giselle, what happened with No More Hugh Beauty? Because I remember her saying that No More Hugh was, she had to shut it down because of production overseas and COVID. All that shit happened. And it was just like, Giselle, you're full of shit. The Target that I used to go to, baby, every hue was always on clearance. And you know, makeup don't usually go on clearance. It was on clearance way before the panorama. So somebody lying. I don't think it was COVID that shut down. First of all, I don't know what season it was, but it was definitely after No More Hugh was on the shelves. And there was a scene where I think Giselle, they was on a cash trip. Giselle was doing her makeup and I saw a MAC foundation on the counter. And I knew then that Giselle was full of shit. How are you going around promoting No More Hue, but you're using MAC foundation? I saw it. Because I'm the type of bitch that looks at stuff like that. So, girl, while you sitting over here grilling Mia really should have told you to shut the entire F up. And she sat up, and I didn't like it. As much as Mia irks my nerves, I don't like to see nobody get ganged up on. I don't have to like Mia, but I didn't like this. Everybody asking her questions. I really wish she would have hit y'all with a Katie. Why do I have to answer any of your questions? I don't care what y'all have to say or think. Like, I really wish Mia would have just said, girl, where is your business? Where is yours? Where is yours? Are those hats selling? What's up with your wig? Like, I wish she would have gave y'all back the end. I wish she would have told y'all to shut up. I really wish she would have told y'all to shut up. But anyways, for the most part, I believe what Mia is saying about the business. I definitely think that she's omitting some things. She is. But Robin that's sitting next to her, we know what she omitting. So it is what it is. I feel like with Mia, she's doing what she's supposed to do, right? Your husband has this business. He has this company. He's partnered with his family members. He is supposed to prop you up to be a fake CEO. He is supposed to teach you some ins and outs about the business so that, you know, one day he may not be around, so that you know how to navigate this world. You have a couple of things that you've learned. You have a couple of things to add to your resume. Like, she ain't doing nothing wrong. Now, Giselle asking if she and her husband were embezzling from the company. Giselle, you're a nasty person. Didn't Jen Shah just turn herself into the feds like a day or two ago? Giselle, you're nasty for that. Like, you're real nasty. You did not want to talk about Jamal's tax issues. And you're going to really sit up here and say, oh, it looked like it was some embezzling going on. But Mia, that's what you get. Because you done sat up here and let Giselle play in your face time and time again. I can't. All I know is that's nasty. See, she could do stuff like that to people, but nobody ever supposed to say nothing back to her. Now, when Andy asked me if she would do anything differently during the season, and she said no, it brought me back to reality. Because you were supposed to say yes, bitch. That mess that you did in Miami, you were supposed to do that differently. But see, this is why nobody can really fuck with you, Mia, because you raggedy. So they roll the package with Candace and her IVF journey, and then the accusations that were made against Chris. And I said this before, and I'll say this again. Initially, I definitely thought Robin was on, you know, the side of right. But as the season continued, we clearly saw that this was a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit. And Robin was indeed a part of this scheme. Robin was the good cop. Giselle and Ashley were the bad cops. This was all some bogusness. They showed us unseen footage, which to me, I don't really feel like it was unseen footage. It was a part of Giselle's confessional. So apparently after they wrapped Candace's party and the cameras went down, 15 minutes, says Giselle, Chris DM'd her an apology. Could it be that you kept going around the party constantly saying, I thought Chris wanted to talk to me. I thought Candace said Chris wanted to talk to me. In Mexico, Candace said Chris was going to talk to me, right? Could it be that that's the reason why he sent you that message, Giselle? Because maybe multiple people came up to Chris saying that he should talk to you. Giselle, good luck to you. You're going to pay for what you did. You're going to pay for it. It may not happen on this show, but you're going to pay for what you've done to Chris. You really are. But I'm just going to say this. As much as y'all know I love Candace, so I like Chris by default. But I actually do like Chris, okay? I like Chris. I've been riding for Chris and Candace this whole season because I truly believe that they were wronged. But this is the problem I have with Cousin Chris. They've been saying all season long that you are DMing them, that you're into them. Now, I get the fact that you didn't see everything that we saw, but you knew that they was coming for your neck. And you DM'd Ashley and you DM'd Giselle, right? I hate that Chris gave them any extra anything For her to even sit in that confessional and say, I got a message from Chris. I hate that Chris gave them that. I don't even care what was in the message. I hate that Chris even gave them an opportunity of that in any way. Because as much as I think Chris just wants to be a decent person and a good guy, they're not seeing it that way. They're constantly going to look at it like, you know what I mean? They're always going to find something wrong with you. Cannot win with these people. And I hope that present day you fully get it. These women, you can't, I don't know. Like, if I was a man, I wouldn't talk to Giselle. I wouldn't talk to Ashley. I wouldn't talk to those type of women, because those type of women are very dangerous. I really wouldn't. Luke, Jason, y'all need to be careful. Andy lets Giselle know, like, girl, he didn't admit to nothing. That don't really seem like an apology. You know, the way you taking it. And she was like, yeah, it is. No, Giselle, it's really not if I did anything. It's the moment you put an if in an apology, is really no longer an apology. I really don't care about none of that, because I just feel like this whole thing is bullshit. To be very honest, I feel like it's bullshit. So I really don't care. What pissed me off was that Ashley was trying to speak for her, Robin was trying to speak for her, and it was like, shut the fuck up. Giselle sat up there. She told one story to Robin. She told another story to Candace. She told another story to Karen. Another story when she spoke to Candace at the winery. Giselle is full of shit. Because at the end of the day, if you did not want to speak to Chris alone, you could have easily said, no, Chris, I don't feel like talking right now. I don't want to talk to you. When he said, you said no. You never said that Chris snatched you up and pulled you into the room to talk. You said he asked you and y'all walked back to your room. You could have easily said, Chris, I don't want to talk to you. You don't have to give any explanation. A no is enough. All you have to do is say no. And he would have had to fall the fuck back and go on by his day. And you didn't do that. You willingly went into your hotel room, which I'm assuming was not unlocked. You had to open the door. You had to unlock it, go inside. You saw no one was there. You should have been like, ooh, we saw the room. The room wasn't that big. You noticed that nobody's there. Chris, you can't come up in here. We talk another time. And I hate the fact that Andy kind of cut her off when Candace was asking her that question. He cut it off because his girl was drowning. Actually, she was flailing like a fish out of water. And Robin chiming in. I told y'all Robin was just playing good cop during the season. And now that Robin has seen how badly this has gone for Giselle, she no longer, she done switched up her whole tone. Because she was part of this from the beginning. And nobody can convince me otherwise. When Giselle tried to give her bullshit apology about, like, I apologize for that. And Candace was like, when did you apologize? No, I'm apologizing right now. And Candace was like, you take your apology and you shove it up your ass. It was everything to me. It was very simple, but it was to the point. And it was necessary because Giselle, girl, we sick of you. So, Robin. I've said many, many times how much I love Robin. After Candace, Robin is, you know, she's my number 2. I love Candace first, and I really loved Robin. But I can love Robin all day, and I'm going to call her out on her BS, and like I'm about to do today. So if you love Robin, you might want to turn away for this, okay? Viewer asked Candace why she said that Giselle accused Chris of SA. And she never said that, but she did say that. She said that Chris violated Ashley's friend, and that is what Candace explained. Now, Giselle is like, well, we all thought that. Now, Giselle, you could gaslight if you want to, but bitch, this type of situation right here, we all was watching. We was all paying attention. You are the only person who said that. You said that. Ashley did not say that. I hate how production slid in Giselle telling Robin, and then Robin saying it in the confessionals, and then Mia saying it in the confessionals. That was very dishonest because we all know that Robin wasn't even present when Ashley told this story about Sesame Street and Chris. So Robin is only regurgitating what Giselle told her. And Mia is the only other person who said something about it, which further lets us know that there was a plot behind the scenes. How can y'all slip in Robin talking about it when Robin wasn't even present for this conversation? That lets us know right there, you hoes is dirty. They're talking about Ashley's friend. They're talking about Sesame Street and Chris. Robin with her dumb ass, decides to interject and says, why don't we just acknowledge the fact that it's inappropriate for a married man to be in a hotel room with a single woman? Robin, this was the I know you fucking lying moment of the day. Because are you serious? In real time, we're dealing with this story about your husband going to pay for a hotel room for another bitch from Canada. You trying to feed us this story that one just simply paid the bill and went away. You sat your ass there on that stage and said that nonsense. Girl, you should never even utter the word hotel. You literally should have sat there and kept your mouth shut. They weren't even talking about Giselle and Chris' hotel situation anymore. You went back. You reached back to how many questions ago to make this statement? You are a fool, if I ever seen one. Can we agree? Shut up. You look dumb. Robin, you did all of that just for Andy to just look at you stupid and say, that sounds dumb. Why can't two grown adults go speak in the room together because one is male and one is female? It's dumb. And you look dumb even bringing that up. Giselle, she mad because everybody's talking about how she goes after families and husbands. And I guess because she now looking for a husband, she in the market for looking for a new husband. She don't want that on her title, but Giselle, that's what you do. I personally have defended you many a times. I was one of the last people that ever wanted to admit that Giselle was miserable because she don't have no man. But this season, you have finally made me feel how everybody else feels. Because last season, you came after Wendy's husband unprovoked. Wendy did nothing to you. Wendy didn't do you nothing. You think you can make this mess and not have to ever clean it up? You're going to have to eat all of this shit. You really sat up there and tried to ruin someone's reputation. And I think maybe you don't think it's a big deal because your ex-husband was a super creep. Maybe that's why you don't think it's that big of a deal. There is smut on everyone else's name. There's smut on every other man's name. So you have no problem putting smut on Wendy's husband and Candace's husband. You still dirty and out of order for that. And there's no, you're not going to get up out of this. You are trash for this. Andy says to Giselle, like, girl, everybody wants to know why you waited until cameras was rolling. Because this is something that could have been addressed. And she was like, I wasn't going to say nothing. It's just because Ashley got DMs. Ashley was on Watch What Happens Live last season with Andy. And she was saying how Chris sends her DMs all the time. And it was never an issue for her. She was actually speaking highly of Chris. And then all of a sudden, a few months later, y'all start rolling again, and now it's something different. Wendy eloquently states that, you know what, Giselle, we would have loved to give you the benefit of the doubt. But the thing about it is, girl, you have established a pattern of behavior. You are always going after someone's husband. Candace is like, look, I've seen this woman many a times. She had several opportunities to tell me this was on her mind. When we were watching the tail end of season 6, y'all did promo. Y'all was all in LA when y'all was shooting y'all episodes of The Real. You absolutely saw Candace after the reunion, before season 7 started filming. You absolutely did. The footages are out there. We saw it. We saw when Candace, Ashley, and Giselle went out to dinner. And we was telling Candace, be careful with them two. You see, when you don't listen. Giselle is just a liar. Giselle is a liar. We need to start treating Giselle the way that we treat Mia. Because she lies just as much as Mia. Talking about, oh, I didn't see her. Yes, you did. You saw her, and we saw that you were with her. We saw you. Why would you lie like that when it could easily be disproven? But anyways, Candace just can't understand why you have this major health issue, life-changing situation going on with you. She says that Giselle has a dwindling uterus. Let's talk about that real quick. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, okay? Because look, as a woman, I would not say that to another woman. But Candace and Giselle, for Candace to say that to Giselle, in all honesty, I don't care. I don't care. You can't sit up here and try to make her husband look like a sexual deviant, a pervert, a predator, someone that goes around and sexually intimidates the cast, and then expect for her to play nice with you. I don't care that she said that. I really don't. Had she said that to someone else, I probably would have been like, Candace, girl, you ain't have to say all of that. I wouldn't say it, but I feel like to lie, for you to lie on that lady husband the way that you did, I don't care that Candace said that. We all know that Candace ain't gonna get up and punch you in your face. Because when I was watching it at first last night, I wanted to get up and mink, mink, mink. And so the fact that Candace had to do that verbally, Usman on me on day. I'm not about to sit here and criticize Candace. I really don't care. I don't care. I do not care. Sometimes you got to get in the mud with people. And Giselle, this is the only language that Giselle understands. So since she tried you, you say what you have to say to her. Nobody cared when Karen was calling her hotbox. Karen literally sat on this show and said that Giselle's coochie was on fire. And nobody cared. Nobody was mad at that. I do not care what Candace said to that lady. I hope Candace don't say that no more. But to be very honest, if I'm sitting there and you playing in my face like that, bitch, I'm going to say some nasty shit to you too. I wouldn't have said that, but I would have said something else. But yeah, that's pretty much all that happens. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was really nervous that this was gonna be boring. But Candace did what Candace was supposed to do. I don't care that she said what she said. I really don't. Oh well. But anyways, y'all know it's 2 more parts to this. So please comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you the next time. Thanks for watching.